Welcome, good evening, and we meet again after a month for Mera India. Mera India, which is of course your India, Hum Sabka India. On this day, we discuss what happened in the last 1 month in India, which is affecting more than 1.2 billion people of India. And of course, another 25 million who are living all over the world. Because Indians living anywhere in the world keep on thinking about India. It's in their mind, in their heart, all the time. And that is why when we talk tonight about India, we talk with sympathy about people of India. We find that why after 65 years of India's independence, India, has it reached its highest point, or is it still struggling and will keep on struggling for years to come? We have to find ways by which we can say that India should adopt certain methods, certain policies, which will take India as a developed country by the year 2020, 2025, in our own lifetime, hopefully. And to discuss with you all the things, let me introduce to you my two guests, who both are doctors in their own fields in medical, and they both are very, very active, not in politics as much as in social uplifting of the people of India in Britain. Dr. Madhu Ambekar, many of you know he has been here before, and again Dr. Mahadev Bide. Both are from Maharashtra. Many people complain to me that, Krishnan, you always bring Punjabis. Today I have brought both Maharashtrian here. They are from Mumbai, not Mumbai, I think from Maharashtra. I don't know, isn't it? Yeah, from Maharashtra. And so they are in the forefront of India's heights and India's lows, because nowhere there is more corruption than in Mumbai. And so we have to discuss all that thing. And first of all, let me explain to you, we had a huge reshuffle in the cabinet. I don't know whether it was right or wrong, but there was a cabinet reshuffle. And we are going to discuss whether Manmohan Singh, because this is his last reshuffle, whether he has now produced a team which may win Congress the next election, or it is just a futile exercise. So we are talking about that. In addition to that, we'll also talk about other things which are happening, especially election which happened last week in only 2 days back in 4th in Himachal Pradesh, where the electorate now is so powerful. 74% people went to vote, which is a very great thing from Western economy point of view. And these 74%, many of them are young people who have voted. The BJP is their incumbent, but whether BJP will hold the state or it will go back to Congress, we have yet to see by next month. The most crucial election, which is going to be held in one of the most prosperous states of India, that is Gujarat, and where Modi, our Narendra Modi, is fighting for third time for his victory. Whether the people of Gujarat are still having faith in him, if so, then will he be next candidate for prime ministership of the country? We would like to discuss that also with our guest tonight. Of course, last but not the least, we'll talk about the Indian economy, which has really gone down from 8% to 5.8% recently. And what is the situation? Could it have been different if other party had come to power? I don't think so, because all it is depending upon the economies of the world, especially the American and European economy. So we are going to discuss all these things. So first of all, Madhuji, the cabinet reshuffle. If you are the Prime Minister, do you think this was the right thing which they have done?
See, to hide from the facts, you can do so many dramas.
Yeah.
And this cabinet reshuffle is also one of the dramas. I don't think cabinet reshuffle or changing the civil servants or bureaucrats is going to change the affairs of the state, of the nation. What is happening, everybody today, the youth who are eligible to vote this year, this election, you ask them, they know the Congress is up to its neck with the corruption. And what they find is one BJP president has some probably unexplained things, and that is taken by every media. But nobody talks about Robert Vadra or any other corruptions which is going on. You have just said in your opening remark that 65 years. Can you just tell me who were at the helm of affairs governing for the last 60 years? It is the Congress.
Yeah, majority of years Congress was there.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, is this the happening of only 5 years NDA rule? Or has it been happening since the independence?
No, I'll discuss with you general. We are not talking general at the moment. I want you to come tell me this thing, that there are three main things that happen. Oil mystery has been taken away from Mr. Jaipal Reddy, has been given to somebody else.
Yes.
And foreign affairs has been taken from Mr. Krishna, has been given to somebody else. Now these two, human resources has gone from Sybil Gavel, because he had human resources, and has also given to somebody else. Now these three are the main. The most important thing which is missing from the cabinet reshuffle is the man who was behind it all. That is Mr. Rahul Gandhi. He has not accepted anything, although Manmohan Singh did want him to be in the cabinet, and he refused on the pretext, I would call it pretext, that he wants to strengthen the Congress party. He tried that when UP election was there, and he failed.
In Bihar, he failed.
In Bihar, he failed.
In Gujarat?
In Gujarat, but we don't know, by next month perhaps.
No, previous elections, he was the in charge.
Let us see what happens next month.
Yes, next month
isn't
we'll
it?
see. Yes.
So, now what could be the reason, Dr. Bide, you tell me, what could be the reason that Rahul is, in spite of the fact that he is being given any portfolio he likes, and he doesn't want to take any portfolio in the cabinet?
See, I think he's having the best of both worlds. If you are sitting in the back seat of the car and the car is still being driven with your instructions, why take the hassle of holding the steering wheel? Why take the blame for any accident that may happen?
So he does not want to take the blame?
I guess so.
That's one reason.
And he's so, I have to give it to him that he does seem to be appearing to move around, trying to strengthen the party roots. I keep on hearing about his tours and meeting politically sensitive people wherever there is some type of a media happening. He seems to be there, oppressed people, meeting them, women in trouble. He goes to their homes and untouchables and has all these wonderful press events. So he seems to be doing quite a lot of hard work. But it's one thing to do this and another thing to take responsibility. I don't think you get too many chances. In that sense, Mr. Gandhi is doing quite well by not taking that burden on his head. Whatever benefits he has to extract from the system, he and his dear mother can do that.
But he's not willing to take responsibility.
I suspect he will wait until the ship is very stable. This isn't exactly the type of government that his grandmother enjoyed. We have seen the times of Indira Gandhi, wherein she had 2/3 majority and she could dictate everything from the front. Today, all said and done, the party has to look after its members and look after its other supporting
coalition partners.
as a weak coalition.
मधु जी आप थोड़ी साइकोलॉजी आपको पता होगा ह्यूमन बींग्स की. Do let me know that what you think Rahul Gandhi did not take the responsibility of the administration of any one department. Will it show something which he feels he is not fit for?
That is exactly what is the people have opinion about him, that he stays, as Dr. Bide was telling, in the car with the back seat and doesn't want to take the decision to drive himself because he is directionless. He doesn't know. He has not said a single word about the corruption so far. Take 2G, take Commonwealth Games, take COVID. Not a single word he has said. No. There is so much of bickering about Chidambaram, about his land grabbing in Tamil Nadu. He has not said a single word about it because he doesn't know ABCD of running the nation. And that is the main reason for he is not taking any responsibility, because if he fails after taking the responsibility, it will be the greatest defeat for his claiming to be the Prime Minister of our nation.
But he says he is not craving for any job. You see, that is like, indirectly in the psyche of human beings, especially Indians, the man who says, I don't want this job, people think, oh, he's a great man. Mahatma Gandhi never took any job, did he?
No, he didn't.
So Mahatma Gandhi's word was the command.
No, there you can't compare the Rahul Gandhi's ability to that of Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi had dedication for the nation, and his word was final word in the Congress. No matter whether it was taken in the right way or whether it was a derogatory one, but still everybody had respected his decision. I'm not sure that is this case with Rahul Gandhi. I have not seen any time the young member of parliaments, Congress parliaments, saying anything or supporting his views in public. They might be saying in the, now they have taken Sachin Pilot and Jyotirmaya Aditya and all young people into the cabinet. But have they ever said that what abilities Rahul Gandhi has? Why did they not say?
First ability of his is only this, that he can have the power, wield power, without having any responsibility.
Then I think he will be the first.
Am I right?
I don't think so that is the right way, but he has no courage to take the responsibility because he knows he might be a failure.
Yeah, but on the other hand, it is creating an aura in the mind of the people of India that when Rahul Gandhi comes to power, everything will be sorted out. He said in the parliament only last week, he said.
That is media's projection.
That is media projection. So why is Indian media so much pro-government? I won't say pro-Congress because it was pro-BJP also when BJP was in power.
I'm not so sure about when BJP was in power. They were in, because there was a liberty for them to criticize the government. Nowadays you see very few people. Now the journalists are afraid to say the things in open what is happening. There are few who come on television like Aaj Tak and NDTV and that sting operation about Salman Khurshid. That they
that
have
was
come
done
out.
by Aaj Tak, yeah.
Aaj Tak, they have brought everything, and in spite of being shown the names where they have said they have given the equipment and they asked the people, have you got the equipment? They said no. There is so much of evidence in open, but nobody wants to take any action.
Yes, I think let us come back to the point which many people say to me that you are obsessed with that. That is corruption in India. Many people in India, when you talk, this is a way of life for Indians. Corruption is a way of life. You cannot get rid of corruption from the mind of Indians in India. Perhaps it may be different. Bidji, tell me yours views.
Well, corruption is a way of life for the entire world, not just India. And every time people talk about corruption and saying India would have been much ahead if there was no corruption, I agree. It is right. Corruption should be abolished, banished, all that. Having said that, countries which are corrupt haven't stopped being rich or being achieving their goals. Forget Italy today, but all said and done, it is still one of the top 5 economies in the world until a few years ago. Look at Japan. Japan has a great history of prime ministers resigning because of corruption scandals.
Yeah, because of corruption.
Including a Japanese who becomes the prime minister of Peru eventually resigns from corruption. You look at Japanese as extremely sincere, honest people, uncorrupt. Even they have a corruption problem. It didn't stop Japan from achieving what it has achieved.
Yeah.
People living in UK seem to have taken for granted the low level of corruption that exists in this country. This is a remarkably unique example. Americans are remarkably corrupt. Britain probably is one of the less corrupt things. Coming back to India, I'll tell you my problem with Indian corruption. Corruption is everywhere. I'm greatly worried when I see that corruption has got a social sanction. That is the scariest part of it.
That's right.
And 20 years back, I remember I was in a RTO office trying to get my license, and I got it without corruption. But I was watching one of these windows. There was a lady, a middle-aged woman. A lot of people were coming in and paying her some bribe for some reason, and she was keeping that money under a ledger. I looked at this middle-aged woman and I thought, what is happening to India? Decent-looking middle-class women are now taking bribe money.
Yeah.
That is what scared me. I thought it was the men's job to be corrupt. The women were looking after the Sanskriti and being good examples to their kids. You'll always see in a family, they say, वो जो हमारा बड़ा लड़का है पता नहीं क्या करेगा. The younger son, he's streetwise, street smart. If he goes into an unreserved compartment, TC को 10 रुपए देगा. I think the rate has increased now. 100 रुपए देगा और अपनी जगह हासिल करेगा. And they say that with some pride. That is what bothers me. It is a social sanction.
Yeah, they say with pride.
They say with pride, he is street smart, he knows whom to bribe. That is the problem.
Because
we have taken it for granted.
The son of our
We have stopped responding to corruption.
Mr.
That is
Pawar in Mumbai, Ajit Pawar,
his nephew.
He was a deputy chief minister,
Yes.
and he had to resign,
Yes.
or he voluntarily resigned because they didn't want him to resign.
Did he jump? Was he pushed?
But he was involved, was he?
Yeah.
There has been
Allegations.
There has been allegations against
but not
him.
proved.
And you know that Ajit Pawar is from NCP and Prithviraj Chauhan, who is the chief minister, he is from Sonia Congress. Of course, when the elections are coming nearer, they would like to blame each other. As far as I know that Mr. Chauhan is a much more clean chief minister in Maharashtra.
Oh, Mr. Chavan?
Mr. Chauhan, Prithviraj
Prithviraj
Chauhan.
Chauhan.
And he is being blamed that he doesn't take decisions immediately. But when there is a builders lobby and all those people running after the chief minister for certain things, unless he knows himself whether the particular thing has any bribe, whether the bureaucrats are taking any bribe, and until that time he doesn't move his files. That is what allegations are against him. But I personally believe that there has been a lot of irrigation projects which were not complete, and the price kept on increasing every 2 months, 1 month, and every time the price is increased, they were not having any meeting, and immediately they were sanctioning. And the person who was behind that one was, they say, NCP's Sharad Pawar's nephew.
Okay,
But
Mr.
he has taken a moral responsibility, saying that,
Yeah.
okay, you can investigate and I don't want to come. But behind the scene, there is a lot.
And it is just possible that by resigning, there are no corruption charges now. Nobody is saying that there should be charges against it.
He was going to, Prithviraj Chauhan was going to do a white paper. When he said white paper will be done immediately, but it hasn't begun yet.
So it didn't come up.
We don't
know. Because the moment investigations start, so many other things will come out. That's why the reason. So it is better to just resign and keep it down.
Keep it down.
As happened. But in the case of Salman Khurshid,
yes,
in spite of the fact that
everybody is saying that he got promotion, and particularly one Beni Congress MP, he said 76 million lakh is nothing. If it is crores, then it is fine.
Yeah, that's Beni Prasad. That is Beni Prasad for you.
Yes.
But
is that the way we think about the corruption? You know, I know one officer, IS officer from Maharashtra. He was trapped by anti-corruption for taking 1 lakh. And he has been to the court, and they have given 2 years rigorous imprisonment.
Okay.
For 1 lakh, a IS officer gets 2 years rigorous imprisonment, and for 76 lakhs, minister says, his colleague Beni Prasad says, it is not a big amount. Is that the way we talk about in public?
But
is that the culture of Congress? To say that, this is not a big corruption, so why are you saying it corruption?
Yeah.
Is that the way? See, this problem of corruption has been there for the last 60 years. Nobody has thought about it. And usually, as you said, it is the way of life in India. Corruption percolates from the top. And when it goes to the bottom, nobody wants to deal with it.
Well, that's what corruption is. Unfortunately, we were talking about corruption. I wanted to come about the method by which we can get rid of corruption in India, or it can be reduced. Will it be by having a Lokpal in every state and one central government, as Anna Hazare was saying, or will it be the way which Mr. Arvind Kejriwal is going, that there should be another political party which will be completely corruption-free? Now, will that be possible in a democratic process? That is what we are going to discuss in a few minutes after the break. We will have a break now for a minute or two, then don't go. We will talk more about corruption in India and how to reduce it, if not completely get rid of it. Okay. See you in 2 minutes' time.